Yes, today's video is going to be another tackle talk video. I'm going to talk to you guys about one of my favorite plastics that I've talked about before, and that is the Gary Yamamoto Senko. And yes, this is just the 5-inch Senko. It says it on the pack. Okay, so we're just going to kind of talk about some of the basic stuff. Nothing too crazy. You'll notice the tackle here, this here. Okay, so first, just to get it out of the way, I will tell you guys that my favorite color Senko is the smoke with black and purple. Why? I feel like I have more success with this in clear water, stained water, muddy water, whatever, in a bunch of different water clarities, and it just flat out catches fish for me. I mean, largemouth, smallmouth, I've had pike hit these, you name it. Now, one problem with that is that's the last one in the pack. I'm going to have to get some more. This color is the black with blue flake. I like to use black with blue flake in stained or not so clear water. I've found that is when I have the most success with it. However I'm fishing with it is usually overcast skies, stained water. So there's that. The next color you have that I really like, especially for largemouth bass, even though I have caught largemouth and smallmouth on all of these, is the smoke with black and silver flake. It almost reminds you kind of like a little bait fish or a minnow, doesn't it? I mean, at least it kind of does in my opinion. And what I mean is by the color, if you look at it. Now, it goes without saying, I do also like the green pumpkin, June bug, regular purple. I've tried the bubblegum one for whatever. I've tried a bunch of different colors. These are just some of the ones I have right here. What is this here? Watermelon red flake. And yes, I've fished the Senko wacky rigged, Carolina rigged, whole bunch. Texas rigging is my favorite way to fish it. A weightless Texas rig, you know, weightless Senko fishing, the do nothing bait. That is a great way to fish this bait. It works a lot. Another way that I've also said is the Texas rig, where basically, I mean, the Texas rig, all I do is I take a Gamakatsu offset shankworm EWG 3/0 Superline hook. Now, if you're wondering why do I use the Superline hook instead of the regular, personal preference. I used to use the regular 3/0, which I'll show you here in a minute. And then I switched to the Superline hooks. And I found that the Superline 3/0 is a lot stronger. It holds up. It works very well for braid, hence the name Superline. Fluorocarbon as well. And it's a 3/0 hook, but it is just a tad bit bigger if you compare it to a regular hook, and I am having all sorts of issues getting this hook back in the pack. Jeez, oh Pete's. Okay, so anyway, that 3/0 Superline hook, obviously, that is going to be paired with some kind of tungsten. Now, the weight of the tungsten is going to depend on the wind, the water, a whole bunch of things, where I'm fishing, what I'm doing, how fast I want the bait to go down, but 1/4 ounce is standard, and that is the size that I like to use. I do use the Strike King Tour Grade tungsten. You'll see on the pack that it says insert free. One of the bad things about this I've found is that the inside of the tungsten, let's take one out and look at it. You'll notice that the inside of the tungsten does get a little worn sometimes. It can give your line abrasion. I've actually seen a lot of people who have issues with it, but I personally keep an eye on it. I like to change out once in a while, grab a different weight. Yes, you can use lead. Yes, lead is cheaper, but tungsten, you know, they say it's better for the environment. And I found that it's also adds to the sensitivity. It's better, yada, yada. It's what I prefer. So the 3/0 Superline EWG and the 1/4 ounce tungsten. Now, before I forget, if you compare that if you compare that 3/0 to the Superline, see what I'm saying? They're the same size, but the Superline EWG does appear to be a little bit bigger. And as far as the tungsten wearing, like I said, it wears actually inside and out, but I like to use a high-speed reel, whether that be an HG or an XG. I like a reel that has anywhere from like 30 to 36 inches per turn. Why is that? That is because, you know, on a cast or pitch, I can get that bait back to me quicker. I can also, with a high-speed reel, I can also catch up to that fish, set the hook, and not have to reel as fast under certain situations, if that makes sense. Yes, it does. Good old Shimano Curado 7/6-1. Yeah, it's a little scratched and beat up. The rod that I like to use for the Senko, that depends. I mean, you can use a bunch of different rods. I do personally like anywhere from a 7'1" to a 7'3" medium heavy. I prefer a medium heavy with a Texas rig. It's going to be a medium heavy fast or a medium heavy extra fast. If anyone has any insight about what I'm about to talk about, you need to let me know. Okay, Gary Yamamoto Senko. Do you see this package? You see how that opens? Seals well, no issue. This is the old pack of the Senko. Well, look at the new pack. Hold them next to each other. Old pack, new pack. Room to grab? Not much room to grab. See what I'm saying? Is it that big of a deal? No. Is it going to make that much of a difference? No. Do the fish care or do I care? No. But I've noticed with this old pack, sometimes the zip doesn't want to close. If anyone else has noticed that with the old pack of Senkos compared to the new pack, let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see if anyone else has noticed that. Another thing too you'll notice is when I fish the Senko or any other Texas rig, I don't set the hook right away when I feel a bite. I mean, sometimes out of reaction I will, but most of the time I feel the bite, I wait a little bit, and then as soon as I feel that a little bit of a pull, wham. I feel like everybody knows about the Senko. Do me a favor and leave me a comment in the section below. What is your guys' favorite color Senko? And what model Senko do you like the best? 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 inch? Let me know. And also let me know, what is your favorite way to fish it? I mean, I said some of the ways to fish it, but obviously my favorite way to fish it is Texas rigged with a 1/4 ounce weight or a little heavier. And before we go, it's not January anymore, it's February. We've had this issue before, but anyway, I know. I'm going to keep working on the content for you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. And I really want spring to get here. I mean, just skip from like now to April. That would be great. There is something else that I noticed that I keep... See, okay. I do these videos, and then sometimes I forget to say to you guys what I was going to say. That just happens in my videos in general. And then people are like, why didn't you say this? Why didn't you do this? Let's not get sidetracked. Okay. All right, I'm going to Texas rig a Senko with a 1/4 ounce weight, a 3/0 EWG hook, of course, by Gamakatsu. And it's on 20-pound test fluorocarbon.